Let's be real. Getting into a car accident is just overwhelming. The stress, the confusion, all the paperwork, it's a lot to handle. This explainer is here to cut right through that noise. We're going to give you a clear, straightforward guide for handling an auto injury claim right here in Southfield, Michigan.
And if you're feeling overwhelmed, that is totally 100% normal. You're probably trying to deal with physical pain, bills that are starting to pile up, and insurance forms that make no sense. It's a heavy burden for sure, and it's easy to feel completely lost about what to do next.
But here's the thing. You are not in this alone. We're going to break this whole process down step by step and turn that overwhelming feeling into a clear, actionable plan. So let's begin with the most critical window of time. All right, let's dive right in with what is probably the most critical window of time, those first 24 hours. Seriously, the actions you take right after an accident can set the entire foundation for a successful claim and, even more importantly, for your recovery.
Okay, so what do you actually need to do? First things first, make sure everyone is safe and call the police. You need that official report. It's basically the foundational document for your entire claim. Second, go see a doctor, even if you feel fine. Adrenaline is a powerful thing and can mask injuries that show up later. Plus, this creates an essential medical record. Third, call your insurer right away to get the clock started on your claim. And finally, and this one's huge, document everything. Every conversation, every bill, every little detail. You have to think of yourself as a detective building a case. Because all of this is your evidence.
Now, to really get what happens next, you have to understand this one core idea in Michigan law, the no-fault insurance system. Honestly, this is the key to the whole puzzle. So what in the world does no-fault actually mean? Well, in the simplest terms, it basically means your own insurance company is the one who steps up to the plate first. They're responsible for covering your medical bills and lost wages right away, no matter who was technically at fault for the crash.
And this is where it gets really important. See, in a traditional at-fault state, you'd be stuck waiting for the other driver's insurance to admit they were wrong, and that can cause major delays in getting your bills paid. But here in Michigan, the no-fault system is designed to get you financial support for your recovery way faster.
All right, so your claim is open. Now what? Well, the goal is to build the strongest case you possibly can. And let me tell you, a strong case is always built on solid, organized evidence. You know, this quote really nails it. Your role in collecting all these records is what gives your case its strength. It's not just about proving you got hurt. It's about proving the long-term effects of that injury, and for that, you absolutely need a paper trail.
So what kind of records are we actually talking about here? Well, think of it like this. Your doctor reports and x-rays, they prove the injury happened. The prescription details and treatment plans, they show the path to recovery, and proof of lost wages, that shows the real financial hit you've taken. Altogether, these documents tell the complete story of your accident.
Okay, you've gathered your documents, you're getting treatment, now you're entering the final stage, the path to a settlement. This is where all that hard work of keeping records really starts to pay off. So this journey usually goes something like this. First, your insurance adjuster will go through all the medical records and evidence you've sent in. Then, based on that review, they'll make you a settlement offer. Now, it's really important to note that this first offer isn't always the final offer. There's often a bit of back and forth, negotiation, or maybe mediation to reach an agreement that feels fair. Okay, through this whole process, you're going to have a lot to keep track of. But there is one deadline, just one, that is absolutely, positively non-negotiable. Any guesses what the single most important deadline to know is?
1 year. You have to file your claim for no-fault benefits within 1 year of the accident. Let me say that again, because it's so important. If you miss this deadline, you could lose your right to any benefits entirely. It is the one rule you absolutely cannot afford to forget.
All right, we've talked about the process, the system, all that paperwork, but let's wrap this up by shifting our focus back to what truly matters most. Look, your number one job after an accident is not to become an insurance expert. Your job, your only job really, is to heal. By understanding these steps and just staying organized, you let the process work for you. That frees up your mental and emotional energy so you can focus on your physical recovery. So, I'll leave you with this thought. You have the roadmap now. The real question is, where are you going to put your focus? Because this whole plan isn't just about managing a claim. It's about giving you the power to take your focus off the paperwork and put it right back where it belongs, on your own health and your own recovery.